Hello, everybody. Is everybody, I'll ask one more time, everybody excited to get started on episode 1?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm
Yeah.
looking at your guys' faces. Don't do that, Ash. Look at, wow. Don't be the little trickster. Don't do it. Don't do
I'll
it.
be the big
But
one.
we're going to get started, okay? Imagine the screen fades in. It's Night City. It's 2077. Sprawling skyline of megastructures and flickering billboards bathed in electric haze. The hum of engines, the chatter of millions, and the pulse of synthwave fill the air. This is the city of ambition, where dreams burn bright and fast. Megacorporations rule from their gleaming towers while below the noise, which is ads, data, memories, lies, it drowns everything. But beneath it, something stirs. Forgotten myths and restless echoes of the past. You see the cracks, your team, where ancient and modern collide, where thin places, those locations where boundaries between reality and other realms, are unusually weak. So they bleed past into the present. And you all are part of Unit 7, a team forged to handle what no one else can. When corporations lose control over their pet projects, when ancient forces wake, you're the ones who answer the call. But who are you really? That's what we're going to answer during this series. A human, a machine, a vessel for something greater. Today, it begins. A call, a lead, a job. Just another day in Night City. Or so it seems. Mara. Miss Ramirez. We're going to start off with you. You find yourself in a garage in Pacifica's industrial district. Far from the glitz of Corporate Plaza, deep in the shadows of forgotten infrastructure, the kind of place where business happens in whispers. The air is thick with the scent of burnt metal, gasoline, and something acrid, burning paper. Now, this is where I'm going to ask you, can you introduce your character to us? Can you tell the audience, tell us all what she looks like? What do we see?
Mara is a young woman in late 20s, has the appearance of someone who's seen a few things. Her features are a blend of Hispanic and Asian heritage. She's got vibrant blue short hair in a pixie cut. She wears very functional clothing that blends into the night. When she goes out and during the day, she wears on top of it just something flowy to hide the functional clothing, the suit.
Okay.
She's very usually no nonsense, get the job done, but not above doing a little shenanigans.
Okay. Now, in front of you, a fixer. You paid good money to dig up dirt on EPIS. Stands over a rusted metal drum. You see the flames dancing inside, devouring the very files you came here for. Paper files. It's rare, old school, and meant to disappear without a trace. And piece by piece, you can see him dropping them into the fire. And you watch as the edges curl and blacken. He doesn't look at you. He says, "You shouldn't be asking these questions." What do you do?
Did he show me these files at all, or did he just started throwing them in?
As soon as you came in to meet him, He looked at you for a second, and he was holding the file. And you saw him starting to put them into the fire.
Who paid you to get rid of them?
He says, people like you always think you're ready for the truth. Another paper goes in. But you don't know what you're chasing.
The truth must come out. Why? Why are you hiding from the truth?
I've seen what's inside here, and you don't want to know. And it's down to like 2 papers. Second to last,
Grab 'em.
going in.
Grab it.
Okay. You move fast. You go to reach them. He got 1 more paper in. You grab the last one. Reaching the stack before it's lost. Most of the pages are gone. Ashes drifting up. But you grabbed one. It kind of got half burned mid-grab. The edges are scorched. Ink is smudged. But dates and little small bits of information are still legible.
Quickly scan it and embed it in my memory.
You see the words, missing report. 8, and it shows the date is from 8 years ago. Beneath it, the mission title, Operation Blackout, Haywood District. Target, and then where it's going to explain who the target was, it's blacked out, or burned out, rather. The words are partially burned away. Another fragment remains intact. You see operative assigned. It says ghost, number, and then it gets blacked out again. So it doesn't show you which number it is.
My face turns white, and I toss the paper in the fire.
As the rest gets lost to the fire, you realize there's no full number, there's no name, just a ghost. And you know of the program that EPIS has to train up street, like orphans, basically child soldiers, and you know that they are called ghosts. There's many of them. You just don't know who was assigned to it.
I turn to the guy, the fixer.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read this?
He says, I did. That's how I know it's too dangerous to dig any deeper.
Did you understand it?
I did. And you see his eyes are just kind of you see the reflection of the fire in his eyes. And he looks like he knows something. He's seen something before in the past.
It's not their fault. They've been conditioned. This is their training. This is all they know.
He says they're not robots. They can make choices for themselves.
Depending on their age, though.
And he's about to say something else, and your terminal buzzes, and you can hear it in your ear.
Hang on a second.
You see a red flash. It says priority alert. Unit 7, immediate recall. You hear Victoria's voice cuts through your comms. She says, HQ, now.
Affirmative. I turn to the fixer. Let's just say that it is my hope that we can fix this. Thank you. Even though you destroyed the information, it may have helped.
He shakes his head. He starts to mutter something under his breath, and he walks away. A cold feeling starts to settle. Something feels off about this. There's a tingling in the back of your mind that there's more to this story. Someone carried this mission out. Someone EPIS trusted to erase people like they never existed. And you know that you're one step closer to finding out who.
And I head to HQ.
And we transition over to Miss Alyra. You find yourself in a luxury corporate lounge, high above the city, where the skyline stretches in every direction, tinted by the glow of the sun as it's shining inside. Every detail of this place is designed for power plays. You've been in places like these hundreds of times. The sleek furniture, the expensive liquor, the soft hum of jazz, people making conversations meant to be forgotten. Across from you, you're sitting down in a lounge area. A corporate fixer. They sit stiffly in their chair. They're drinking a glass of whiskey in one hand, his other hand's gripping the table just a little too tightly. He looks uncomfortable a little bit. Just slightly, but only you would notice. He's nervous. You're not. You were sent here by EPIS to negotiate a deal, to get information that they need, and to make sure he walks away feeling like it was his idea to give it up. Your target, records of unauthorized Mythos activity in Corbro Plaza. It looks like it was a smuggling operation that's been slipping artifacts through high clearance security. You need the names of the buyers, who's funding it, as well. He knows it, you know it, but he isn't giving it up easy. You've been talking to him for about 30 minutes and still nothing. What do you do? What do you say?
Alyra has a martini, I would suppose, in her hands, and as she just picks up the toothpick and starts stirring slowly, she's silent for a bit and just lowers her indoor glasses as she tells them, "You seem a bit nervous. Am I the reason for this?"
No, of course not, but you have quite the reputation.
Oh, do tell.
Listen, I don't know anything, okay? So, this is kind of a waste of time, but we can talk about other things if you want.
Find it hard to believe you don't know anything? No fancy restaurants, no movies tonight to invite me to? Anything? Really?
Listen, I can get in a lot of trouble, so let's just say I'm gonna keep my lips sealed.
Oh, believe me. When I'm involved, there's always trouble.
Yeah, I know. Your reputation precedes you.
Oh, the good kind of trouble.
That's not what I've heard.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was stepping into a church.
It just, yeah.
Well, a bit of a shame. I've cleared my agenda tonight.
Clear your agenda.
Well, there's this opera that's in town, and I was wondering if you'd like to join.
Or speaking of the new Italian opera show that they're showcasing tonight.
Well, definitely not the other one.
I thought tickets were all sold out.
I thought my representatives preceded me. I guess not all of it. Which makes you think, is everything you heard correct? I doubt it.
I don't know. You know, everybody in this city lies, so who knows what the truth is?
I mean, it's tonight, you can still find out.
So you're asking me to be your +1?
Are you really gonna make me say it?
I mean, I would be honored.
Of course you are.
Okay.
Well, I see you at 6, and I will be late.
You'll see me at 6 and you'll be late. Okay.
Well, you know the saying, better late than ugly.
I don't think that's the same. Kind of just mutters to himself, takes a drink.
What you should
But-
be thinking is me being ugly. See you then.
So, we're not going to do any rolls, but how do you want to get the information out of him?
Basically, the very classical approach of butchering. Either bloating or pretending I already know the information and spewing nonsense and wrong information and have him have the urge to correct me. One or the other.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to ask. Explain what your character looks like.
Of
What
course.
do you see?
So as she leaves the table and leaves her card behind,
Uh-huh.
she's dressed contrary to Miss Ramirez in what you can only call as the most impractical dress. And it's a wonder she can walk in it, and yet she just like glides as she's leaving. You know, you hate to see her go, but you love to see her. You hate to see her leave, but you love to see her go. She has a very intricate hairstyle that clearly she spends hours making sure every strand of hair falls perfectly. Very, very calculated look. Nothing too over the board, but everything in its place.
Mm-hmm.
She has silver hair with a pinkish hue to it, and very alluring and golden eyes. Most people would assume they were bots, and they would be wrong, because she's had them since she can remember, and they're natural in their unnatural hue.
Mm-hmm.
And with one last glance behind her shoulder, just making sure that the prey bit the bait, she slides off and rearranges her scarf. That is a very peculiar accessory she has, and waits for the valet to bring her car over and leaves.
As you're making your way out and walking off, you hear the fixer, the man you were talking to. He stands up and follows after you. He goes out to stop you, to try to reach you. He says, just... He squints at you. You see him, like, tilting his head. Something feels off. He's trying to remember something, it looks like. He says, you know, you know what, never mind. He looks really confused as he's staring at you.
Mysterious.
You just, you remind me of someone from a long time ago.
How long this might be offensive?
It can't be, though, because she's long gone now.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Reincarnation, you know, No, I'm not really into that spiritual stuff. But he says, you corpo types, you all play your little games, you change your names, you rewrite your past, but it doesn't change who you are underneath, does it?
Well then, maybe after the opera, you get to see that I've changed nothing. And I wink at him.
And he's still looking, like, confused at you. You don't even remember, do you?
I raise an eyebrow.
And then you hear your comms buzz.
I just narrow my eyes and answer the call, but without letting him know.
You see that same alert. Priority alert flashes in red. Unit 7, immediate recall. Once again, Victoria's voice cuts in. HQ, now.
I roll my eyes so hard they threaten to never go back to their original position. And, well, here is another trick of the corporate game, I guess. I just flashed the 2 tickets. A gift from me. It appears I would be even later than I thought.
You hear him kind of scoff a little bit, but he takes the tickets, puts them in his breast pocket underneath his suit. He tips his glass at you and walks away.
I just look at him and try to jostle my memory a bit. Have I seen or dealt with him before?
When you came in here, this was a stranger to you.
Okay, what emotional read do I get from him?
Well, first you felt that he was very nervous around you.
But then there was this switch.
There was a switch. Something tense happened with him, like a sense of recognition, as he looked at you a little bit longer.
I'd ponder on it for the 30 seconds he's worth of my time and proceed to leave.
And you make your way to HQ.
Coming right away. As I hang up the call, I say, I guess.
We cut over to Hiroshi. But no one knows you by that name. You go as Ghost 313. You hear Victoria's voice over the comms. She says, Ghost 313, keep eyes on the transport. We need confirmation on what they're moving. No contact, just intel. You are exactly where you belong. Above it all and unseen. The city hums below. You move with the silence of a shadow. And from your perch on this half-built skyscraper, you see EPIS Reacher's Facility 47. It sits in full view below you. It's made to keep people out, even though you were trained to slip past paces like this before you could even drive. This is a side job. Victoria sent you alone outside of Unit 7's usual ops. A high-priority transport just arrived. Escort heavier than usual. Your job, watch, identify, and report. No engagement, no interference. Can you please describe your character for us?
Yeah, so Ghost 313, you can see there is not much of a description of him, human-wise. He's clad with his corporate operative uniform, with a with a metallic mask that has a yellow visor hue in the eye slits. And adorned on him are 2 swords and just more of a stealth uniform as he stays perched up onto that half building. He's intensely analyzing the convoy for any drones, weaknesses,
Okay.
any valuable intel he can find.
So your visor or your like kind of faceplate, it cycles through security layers, dissecting the building's defenses in real time. You see turrets, patrol rotations, drone paths, everything that looks usual for an EPIS research facility. Everything they rely on to keep threats out. But you see through all that. Below, you see that at transport, the door hisses open, and a containment pod is wheeled inside. Its surface is lined with mythos-grade shielding. Whatever's inside, EPIS doesn't want it exposed. Then something shifts. You see a fractional delay in a drone's route. A turret hesitates before recalibrating. A guard glances over his shoulder just a second too long. What do you do?
I will give the report back to my earpiece to Veronica or his handler is, and route the reports. The different changes. There was a change on drone 13. Guard position at the gate was delayed, and turrets have been recalibrated.
Okay. Then your HUD pings and unexpected file surfaces. You see a mission log appears in front of your HUD. It's from 8 years ago. You weren't looking for this, but here it is. It popped up in front of your screen randomly. Operation Blackout. Haywood. And the date is 8 years ago.
Veronica, I've received some intel. Did you send a report?
It's Victoria.
Victoria, I'm sorry, Victoria. I'm bad with, I get a bit nervous with names.
She says, Ghost, I've known you for years. Please get it right. She says, you had a mission report show up?
From 8 years ago? Operation Blackout.
What does this have to do with your mission today?
Apologies. I think there must have been a leak. I'll report back.
We'll look into it. But you notice that it seems like somebody was already inside. Whatever is in that containment pod, it's large enough to hold a person.
And someone moved in. He says he saw someone move inside, or the convoy did.
The convoy had a containment pod that was wheeled inside, and something's off about it. You notice.
Yeah. Ghost will take the random report that came up and put it to the side and try to see if he can get a good look of if there's anyone trying to infiltrate the facility after seeing the pattern get broken.
From here, it doesn't look like somebody is trying to get inside. But you notice those little things that are off. Things are supposed to be as on a schedule. Things are supposed to work like clockwork every time. The turret shifts this way and then that way. Security guard, who you've seen before, you've been watching him for the past couple hours. He's been fine until that convoy showed up, that transport. So these little things that are off.
Okay. Yeah. We'll keep an eye out for any other strange anomalies, consuming that the report's coming from the containment, the contained mythos energy that got wheeled in. The keep reporting it to
Victoria.
Victoria. I was gonna say Veronica again.
You hear Victoria's voice over the comms. She says, Ghost, we got an alert at HQ. I need you to wrap it up. You're needed back immediately.
Understood. Then he'll get up from his location and cloak on out.
Is he still invisible this entire time?
I would say so. If he's just standing still, yeah, he'd be
Okay.
perched up and stay cloaked.
Okay. And you make your way over to HQ.
In the meantime, as well, is there a way we can read up on that file?
Oh, you'll read up on that file that you got?
Yeah, on the way back to HQ. Yeah.
Okay, you read up that. How do you get back, by the way? What's your preferred mode of transportation?
Parkour.
You're running back?
Yeah. If he has any, like, I would assume they would give him some means of transportation, like an old beat up car, like an incognito to use, or call an
Okay.
evac.
Okay, gotcha. And as you make your way back, you read over the file. It's very sparse, but something about just all of this feels off. Getting the file randomly, who sent it to you? Someone has access to your systems in your HUD. Who's sending this information? Questions popping up into your head as you make your way over. And last but not least, we transition over to Trace. You are at EPIS HQ already, but you're down below. You're in the basement. The walls are white. The floor is white. The air is cold and sterile. There's no distractions, no noise. Just you, machines, and the sound of metal on metal. You're standing in the center of their combat testing facility, B-06. This arena is built like a cage match, kind of. Reinforced steel walls, lined with impact sensors, monitoring drones. Overhead, there is a row of EPIS engineers and corporate analysts watch from behind shatterproof glass, tracking your every move. And then the countdown starts. 3, 2, 1. You see that there's a line of bots that drop from the wall. The first one lunges forward, moves fast and calculated, a high-speed strike aimed at your center mass. No rolls right now, but what do you do?
So like as it sort of like jumps out at her, she'll do like a kind of backflip, land in a crouch, and shrug a shoulder, and then out from the shoulder, like a little like knife pops out, and she catches it with one hand and like throws it back at the one that leapt at her.
A second bot moves in from the side, sweeping low. You see this reinforced arm designed to break through armor plating. It comes to kind of cut you off at the legs.
She jumps up to like dodge it, but then lands on the arm itself, and then like at where the elbow would kind of be, and then she like grabs the forearm and like rips it up. So it would be an arm break if it was a human.
Okay, yes, that would have been. That would have been more than an arm break. You see two more drop from above, landing hard. They are coordinated, and they're going to flank you, adjusting their tactics in real time as they see you knock out the past you. What do you do?
Mm-hmm. She like ducks sort of like down as they like do the first swing. Not so they hit each other, they're too smart for that. But then as they sort of like reach into the middle, she'll grab both of them, like one arm each, and then like throw them into each other.
Okay, like you smash them together.
Mm-hmm.
Smash them together. You hear the metal clanging against each other as they fall to pieces. The last bot, you can see it kind of holds back a little bit. It's like scanning your stance, processing. You can see algorithm like hesitates a bit, and then it's waiting for like a gap in your defense. So as you're kind of pulling those two together, it decided that's when it was going to strike, when you're the most distracted.
So as she's got the two pulled together, like she like spins around like and swings them around and throws it into the final one, and then like she'll kind of do a slide along with it, like so she's side by side with them, so she comes up behind it, and then as it leans backwards, she'll like grab it in a headlock and then like snap her knee into its back.
Now, on the outside, it looks like most of your body is like covered in skin, like human skin.
Mm-hmm.
But can you describe what your character looks like?
Yeah, so Trace has a severe bob on one side, sort of like cut off like very harshly at the chin, blonde, and then the right side of her hair's in a sort of undercut. Her neck is completely it looks like a what they call it, like circuit board. Like her neck looks like a circuit board. You can see she has like chips and wires and stuff going up across her face, and then she has like bright green eyes to the point where you can tell that they're not natural eyes. But she's also wearing a sort of corpo suit with this like sort of jacket, tie, that kind of thing, to make sure that when she's going out on jobs and things like that, she looks professional, and that kind of thing. But it's also something that she's able to fight in too.
You hear, as the last bot falls, you hear a door open. Heavy boots, sharp presence. You recognize it. Victoria steps into the room, her arm crossed. You can see her gaze kind of sweeping over the wreckage. But she doesn't react, like she's seen this before. What is Trace thinking at this moment?
That given that it's an arena that she's in, it would be incredibly easy to throw something, attack, something like that. But it's Victoria, and she's known Victoria for as long as she's been at EPIS. So she knows that it's a job coming, because that's the only time sort of Victoria will come to Dane with her personally. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean that she's excited about it either. So she'll sort of like roll her shoulders back. You need something.
She says, that's enough. My office. Follow me, please. And she turns around.
She'll take like a beat of hesitation, sort of look around at the bots that she's sort of chopped up and thrown apart. Roll her neck to sort of get that, get like clicks and things like that, and then she'll turn around and follow as well.
You see that behind you, engineers are still talking, they're still writing. You hear numbers, percentages, projections, but they don't acknowledge you. They never do.
She doesn't acknowledge them either.
They don't say your name. Your combat scores are flawless, but does it really matter?
I can't imagine why they would. You know what you're going to get from me. Isn't that enough?
And no one responds as you make your way out. Do you have? It looks like you have a final sentence you would like to say. Any final thoughts?
She was just going to repeat, isn't that enough? Mm-hmm. But she's sort of like, she's had that argument. It's very one-sided before. She knows they're not going to answer.
Yeah.
So she, follows Victoria.
Then the camera cuts between each of you, all the characters, as you make your way through the city, heading towards EPIS HQ, with multiple things on your mind from how this day has started. Everybody makes their way in. Of course, Trace is already here, but Alyra, Mara, Ghost, you step into that towering glass monolith of EPIS HQ, high security entrance, a familiar checkpoint in your line of work. You hear that dull buzz of energy shields, biometric scanners, security personnel that you've seen 100 times, clad in their corporate-issued armor. They give you a cursory nod as you pass through, badges scanning seamlessly. You've done this 100 times. The routine is as much muscle memory as it is protocol for everybody. Through the atrium's sprawling digital displays, corporate skyline flickers in real time. The elevators open before all of you, silent, efficient, ushering you in as you guys ascend to Victoria's office. On the 43rd floor, a large metal conference table dominates the center, its surface cold, polished. Behind it, her desk stands against a backdrop of all these panoramic cityscapes. And there's a bright red hue in all of these screens as well that covers this office. And she stands at the head of the table, arms crossed, waiting for everybody to head in. Of course, I think Trace is here first. Who's coming in second?
I'll come in second.
Okay.
Hey, Victoria, how's it going? You called.
Yes, I did.
You got a job.
Of course.
Okay. And I usually don't sit, so I'll go grab a corner of the room and kind of lean up against the wall very casually and wait for everybody else to roll on in. Hey, Trace. How's it going, boss?
Ramirez. And she'll just give you a nod.
Mara.
Mara, the wall that you're actually leaning against the wall, you'll actually see Ghost decloak right beside you.
Wow.
You keep doing that, dang it! Why is it I never sense you there, Ghost?
You're just not looking in the right place.
Nah, I know. You keep saying that. You okay there?
I'm fine. Long day.
We'll chat later.
Alyra stifles a yawn as she steps into the room.
Long
Evening.
night there, Alyra?
A long morning. Martinis at 10 a.m. are not my thing.
Then don't have them?
I gotta do what I gotta do. Hey, Ghost. And there's just like a smile. Trace. Victoria. I'm guessing it's urgent. Haven't seen Red in a while.
It is. Can everybody have a seat, please? She motions for the chairs around the table.
Trace is already sat sort of on the right hand side of her, hands clasped on the table. Like she doesn't look at anybody else as they move to sit down.
Okay, so good, everybody is here. No delays, no excuses, just how I like it. We've got a problem. Several EPIS facilities have been hit in the last week. It's coordinated sabotage. It's definitely not some street gang looking for a payday. No, this is surgical. Precision strikes against our key research sectors. Someone is sending a message. Your job is to investigate the latest breach. It's still hot. Security forces just barely locked it down before we lost containment. You'll be going in before anyone else. I need answers. And she pauses and is scanning each and every one of you. And remember, I don't need heroes. I need results. You'll find a full debrief in your HUDs, but if you've got questions, now's the time.
Does the debrief include all the other hits or just this one?
It includes all of them, yes. There
What's
are
the
six throughout the city.
Was the most recent one my today's assignment?
No, it was not. It was one across town. But I had Ghost go on a side job. Nobody else was involved. I needed him to look into some things, and I think this is all connected.
Any witnesses or suspects we could start working on?
That's your job to figure that out.
Guess it is.
There's no formal claims, but this pattern is familiar. So, it looks precise. It looks deliberate. Someone who knows EPIS inside and out.
Some people can't resist signing their work. Any signatures left behind?
You see her like give a sigh and like shake her head as she knows that's what you do sometimes and has protested against it. No, nobody's left behind any signatures. But the pattern looks like something I've seen before in the past, but I need you guys to go in and confirm some things.
Physical, digital, cyber.
It's both. It looks like it's physical and digital.
Okay.
As you know, the damage looks pretty bad. Server nodes have been fried. Classified data looks like it's going to be wiped or has been wiped. Containment breaches on several experimental projects.
Oh.
Has any of our info ended up on the market yet?
Not that I'm aware of, but that's where you guys come in.
And if it ends up there, can we count on you for funds?
Of course. So, this is where you all come in, and I trust your judgment. The commander will lead this project as usual. Right now, the site is locked down. There's no external threats, but there may be some residual damage.
Well, time for a trip.
So, you guys have about an hour to figure this out, and I leave it to you. She stands up, and she kind of nods at you all to prepare or prep or do whatever you need to do.
Sorry, that's the fire alarm.
No,
Yeah, I need to check this. Sorry.
Of course. Sorry, my house is on fire. I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Small little fire.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny.
But you see, Victoria, she nods at you all. As this is kind of like, usually you can kind of plan and prep here in her office. She walks out and leaves you guys, but you guys also have on a different floor your guys's like Unit 7 HQ as well. Up to you where you want to plan.
I apologize, I need to evacuate.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yikes.
Okay,
Actual fire.
you're good.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
They're taking us down already.
Yeah, let's try to. Who's they? Oh, you know who they are.
Them. Those.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you guys like to do the prep here, or you guys can go to your offices?
That's up to you, Trace.
Trace will
Yeah.
sort of look around. Is there anything you need from the office? I'll take that as a no. We plan here. And then she'll kind of, I don't know, maybe like swipe like on her hand, like over the table. And then like the sort of like info that they've already received is like splayed out on the table so she can like have a look around it better. Both physical and digital. Any preferences? I'll assume not. Mara, focusing on the digital aspect, Ghost. I trust I can count on you to.
Big, you're cutting out a little bit. You sound a little muffled.
No,
Yeah.
The muffles.
No. I hate
She's
that.
got a case of the muffles.
Is this
Much
better?
better. Much better.
Perfect.
Yeah, there
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll look to Mara. I'm counting on you to get the digital.
Absolutely. I harness in and start looking at the
And Ghost.
the
You're not
the
too tired
digitals.
from your previous, what shall we say, rendezvous earlier? I can count on you to get the physical.
Of course, you can count on me.
All right then. I know that there was no definition on how we get this job done, but I want it done quiet. No witnesses, no media, nothing. Understood?
Understood.
course.
Good. And then she'll have a look at the info, like just sort of sit for a moment by herself and sort of have a scroll through.
Did you catch that?
Catch what?
Oh,
No! Oh
They're
my
taking us
God,
down! They're taking us down! Oh, it's a cyber attack.
And then I blank out.
Yeah. True horror. It's a horror game.
Yeah.
Oh, I swear they were here. I wasn't playing by myself. Oh
Meg's
my
actually
god.
having a schizo moment.
Oh, I swear I have friends. Did she
Alright.
black out on us, folks?
Yeah, I think she DC'd entirely.
Uh-oh.
Yo, this is getting kind of scary.
Oh, this is not
This is
Halloween time horror game. Okay. But yes, Victoria has walked out to let you guys do your thing.
How far is it where we need to be? How far is it from where we are? Like, would we need like?
It is across town.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're at Corporal Plaza, and yeah, I need to look at a map specifically, but if you drove there, it would take about 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, Trace will drive, so everyone can prep whilst like on the journey as well, like last minute adjustments.
Yeah, before we probably go on the job, will we be able to go get our loadouts?
Yes, this is where loadout will come in. So if you have your loadouts already, if this is like where you would like time to load up everybody, this is where it would happen.
Hell yeah.
Trace will like flick you like a type of key card.
We'll catch it.
Grab what you need. And nothing more, please.
He'll give you a nod and look over to Mara.
Sorry, I dropped out. I missed some stuff.
That's okay. You're
You're
in
back
lore.
in. We waited. Don't worry. We waited.
In lore, you were getting into the net, you were net running, and
Yeah.
you got lost.
Yeah,
Yeah, quite.
they're loading up.
I'm sending Ghost down to go get our loadout stuff.
Okay.
And actually, Ghost is going to be inviting you over to get it with him, accompany him.
Yes, please. I'll go get my loadout.
Yeah. But as we're kind of going out getting the loadout, he is going to kind of make conversation with you. Operation Blackout. Does that sound familiar to Ghost?
It's from a long time ago. Unless your memory is, immaculate. It's like it's vague. You've done a lot of jobs since then, so you definitely need a memory refresh. Yeah.
Yeah. Mara, do you know anything about Operation Blackout?
Wait, what did you just say?
On my assignment today, this was sent out to me, and he's going to transmit the data over to your cyber deck.
Are you kidding me? Where'd you get this?
It was sent anonymously.
This
I think
is
there's a leak.
yeah, there is. This is the information I was looking for. I went out to the fixer. I went out to see in Pacifica. He was burning the paper files so that we wouldn't see this data.
It looks like someone was able to scavenge the digital files. And if I have it, then most likely it's out there.
Yeah. I will bury this right now behind lock and key in my in my nanites. I'm gonna give me a sec. I need a few minutes to talk with my nanites and let me bury it. Let me have them bury it until we can focus.
Mara, before you do that, something
you want me to look?
He's got a nod.
What's up?
It seems familiar.
Like it was your project. You want me to look at it real fast?
Yeah. Yes, I'll let you look into it and see if there's you can get any details.
Looking at the the file, can I estimate how long it will take to just scan it real fast?
Yeah, we can have a quick roll for you. So just select tags you think would help you look into this more, and we'll just have it be a quick outcome.
First roll.
Okay.
First roll game.
Hey.
Woo!
Okay, let's see. Oh my god.
And then remember to say out loud which tags you're selecting, so the people
Yeah. No,
can
no,
hear
I
it.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I sorry. I need to find my glasses and put them on because.
Jinkies.
My glasses. I can't see without them.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, so let's see. Custom neural harness, mathematical genius, and nanite empathy. I think we'll leave it at. We'll go with those more generic tags.
Ooh, funky. Some
Okay.
cyberpunk.
Funky and quick. You said right?
Yep. So it should be number 2. There you go.
Ooh.
Oh,
With a
not
knife?
bad. Hey!
Yes.
Ah.
Perfect. Oh my God, she's good at what she does,
Nice.
folks. Wow, that's so good. This is what happens. This is what you learn. You locate some type of encrypted terminal as you're searching the net. It shows remnants of someone had access. Someone who used to be a part of an older unit has had access, or at least has got in to EPIS's files. They're able to crack something and get in. They were able to decrypt certain files without triggering countermeasures. And you know the EPIS has really good countermeasures. So if someone's able to crack in, they're really good. You see the last name Korven, Korven, that pops up.
Korven.
You also learn that there is a damaged, a security node has been damaged, and you can ascertain that is probably how somebody got in and like sent the information to Ghost. But this is like old EPIS security overrides that have been happening. They haven't used these for a few years. You see, you're looking into Operation. What do we call it?
Blackout.
Blackout. Yeah, I was going to say Blackwell. Operation Blackout. You see that this is from 8 years ago, and a ghost was sent on this mission. You finally see the name of the ghost that was assigned this mission. You see ghost number 313. But it doesn't show the details of the mission just yet.
Okay. It's bad, Ghost. It's. First of all, it was one of your missions. And somebody who used to work here got in, used old security credentials and security backdoors to get in. And it's somebody who knows what they're doing. They're good. For one thing, I need to close those security overrides. Because we can't have these intrusions anymore. But this was your mission. They want you to see this for some reason.
Well, we can't focus on it right now. We need to focus on the mission. As
Correct.
you approach the our office or loadout armory, we'll scan the key card that Trace gave him and gather our gear.
Now, I'm going to set a spectrum for you, Mara.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to know what it does. What you do know is that you don't want it to get to a tier 5.
Oh.
Okay, so I will set that. I'll set that here. We'll call it. It's going to be mysterious status. Currently, it is at 1.
Mm.
You guys head back. Trace, any final orders as they head back in with all your loadout items?
Repeat back to me what I said about how loud we're being.
You didn't say it was
Quiet?
loud.
Exactly, I didn't say it was loud. Are we ready?
Yep.
Ready.
Quick question. Victoria said we had an hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Trace will lead everybody. I imagine like vehicles and stuff that Everzone are like in a basement type thing, so she'll lead people down there.
Yeah.
Get in one of the cars. Like doors open automatically, like as the other two sort of go to take their seats and that sort of thing. It's about 15 minutes to the location. Take that time to prep what you need. Any questions, ask them then. I do not want to be interrupted when we get out of the car. Do we understand?
Understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. And then she'll start driving to where Victoria pointed on the map.
So you have the option to be driven there, or you could drive there yourself.
Just drive it herself, I think.
Okay. So you take one of the EPIS transports. You start to go down. Eventually, you get just outside the compromised facility, an industrial complex, cold, sterile. The moment you step in.
Before-
Oh, go ahead.
Before, yeah. Well, while we're driving, can we start looking at the files that Victoria sent to the HUDs? So we can start getting some background, please.
So you're looking at the files. It shows a little bit more information. Good thing you looked and took the extra time to look. You see that the place has been compromised a bit. And so it is going to produce these story tags. You start to see that like people are describing how the lights have been flickering. There's some type of residual static discharge that is within and around the facility. It looks like someone is still trying to get into the security and override it. They're having a little bit of a harder time, but you could still see that someone is still trying to. So you get that information. It looks, so it's still on lockdown. You guys need to head in. You only have 1 hour before, the full authorities come in and take over.
Based on that information, would it be clear to us whether or not the person trying to get in has to be close, or can they do it like completely remotely, like from the other side of the city if they wanted to? Usually,
you do need to be close, like because you have to be closest to like the server.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in the facility. You have to be really good to be across the city. It looks like whoever's doing this needs to be close by. Mara would know this, especially.
Yeah.
So
and that's gonna be have to be my first stop in this foray. I need to get there and stop the incursion.
And see if you can trace the netrunner that's trying to break the security measures.
Correct. That's the second. The second bullet point. First, stop the incursion, then trace the incursion.
So how long do you think that will take you?
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how good they are.
We have an hour. Remember that.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, for Ghost, you feel immediately, because you're kind of attuned to these type of things a little bit more, as you guys get there. The moment you step out of the car, you can feel the air kind of shift. There's a static that clings in the air. Like I said, something is glitching. There's an energy disturbance here. So is there anything you would like to do beforehand, before everybody like officially? So you have to walk down a corridor to head down to the before you head down into like the warehouse proper.
And we're not
Anything-
supposed to be seen, right? Like from the inside the facility, by our own people.
Well, you know that something's off, and Mara has relayed that like somebody's trying to get in. Somebody has to be close by. Trace had said to be quiet, so you can go in quiet. Does that also mean going in stealthy and not being seen? If yes, everybody is going to need to roll.
Ghost.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, I'll say Ghost will definitely be. He'll be like a shadow, going in quiet and stuff. Like that's his thing. Up to everyone else is up to them. They want to go in as a face, going quietly. But this is Ghost's forte.
Yeah. It's more don't draw attention to that there's something wrong here. If it's people within EPIS, that's fine, but we'd rather not any confrontations.
Okay.
We'll draw attention.
You know that Ghost is going to do his thing, so he's going to go in. So I'm going to need you to roll. It's going to be a quick outcome. We're going to see how well you're blending in. It's still daytime, so we're just going to see how well you are a ghost in this moment. So that could be good, because if there's someone watching you guys, they won't see you.
Got it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
With the decoy.
Yes. Go ahead and tell me out loud which tags you're choosing.
Max 3, right?
Yes. And then if you have anything in your loadout that helps, that could aid in your roll.
All right. We're gonna do cloaking jumpsuit, completely invisible, and corporate infiltrator.
Okay.
Good tag.
Sorry, what time? Because it glitched out on me. Oh no! No, it popped out.
Oh no. He goes away. No.
He just leaves.
They got another one.
I've already done a job today.
There you go. Okay. Oh, I'll put those.
I gotta figure out how to do that small thing again.
You're good. I'll prove those.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry. I was still trying to get the small carrot sheet open, but it's not popping up for me.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So you got a 9. The action succeeds or benefits a PC, but there are still some consequences. So you are able to go in. You are a ghost, but I think someone still catches a hint of you, maybe like second hand. So they can't see you, but it's more like hairs on the back of their head are standing up. There's, like, okay, I feel like something's there, but they can't see you. So you are caught on by like some secondary senses, but you don't know that. So Ghost heads in. You basically can't see him anymore. He's too good at his job. He's basically invisible. So is everybody, everybody's out of the car, the transport vehicle, and you guys are heading in?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Okay.
like Trace would start leading like somewhere where Mara can like set up,
Yeah.
sort of thing, to like proper hunker down. So she's just walking through trying to find somewhere like that for her.
Again, so the story tags on this scene are flickering lights, residual static discharge, and security override pending. So these kind of things, they have the opportunity to disorient you. So just think about that. And if security gets compromised, that will be a new status that will be on the scene as well. So you guys got to be careful about that. But as you head in, there is like a formal office and there's a desk and nobody's inside. Mara could set up right there. But there is a hallway, there's a corridor that is lined to open up into the facility.
Knowing the facilities of EPIS, where would servers be kept?
Most likely not in the warehouse.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that. They controlled the fire. There was one in an apartment below us, so.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
fine. My cat needs washing because he peed himself, but aside from that,
Aw.
yeah.
Okay.
So I need to stay with him a bit, so I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. So, you'd have to go searching around for the servers, but because you haven't really been to these facilities just yet. But usually a server is like in a cold they're in like a cold, dry room off to the side. There's usually like rooms that look like they could be like a broom closet. So you could try multiple doors. I think you'd eventually find it.
Rather than wasting time, I think I'll just harness here
Okay.
in the office. See if this works.
Trace will, sort of check the doorways and things like that, like that are around the room, just to secure the perimeter.
Nothing out of the ordinary right now.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Do you make your way down? Keep walking down the corridor? Okay. You're making your way down the corridor. Oh my god, my mom's calling me. I can't. She's gonna.
This session is cursed.
It's great. He's still good. He's still good. He's hacking everything.
Mom, I'm playing a game right now. I have to go. Listen.
Oh God. Bye.
Okay, I'll call you back. We're almost done. Bye.
Oh my god.
He's so sick of your shit.
It's because she's called multiple times when I've been playing, and I'm like,
yeah.
Gosh, Mom, get out of my room.
I'm playing D&D.
I was about to cast a spell. Get out. But yes, so you head down the corridor ahead, lined with reinforced doors into other facilities and rooms. Some hanging ajar. You see others are fused shut from what impact of whatever took place here. The smell of burnt circuitry and synthetic coolant like thickens in your lungs. You smell that very strong. You see that sparks kind of are like dancing from like exposed wiring that shouldn't be along this corridor. Everything should be in its place with EPIS. Something went very, very wrong here as you're getting closer. Eventually it opens up into the warehouse, and this is where the most damage has been done.
Are we able to tell whether the doors that have been like sort of impacted shut and all the damage and things like that, was that done on purpose, or was it like a consequence of someone breaking in?
It looks like it was a consequence.
Okay.
It was a reaction to whatever happened here.
Mari, you know of anything that could cause a reaction like this?
I mean, I look at it and does it look familiar? Thinking back, way back.
It does not look familiar.
Okay.
This looks fairly new.
Okay.
But yeah, something's off. Would anybody like to, look deeper into it?
Yeah, I was going to say if I could have a look at like where the circuits and things like that.
And see if Ghost didn't find anything when he got a head start with his scouting.
Yes. Okay, so for Trace, let's do. This will be a quick outcome. Let's see if you figure out anything. You're looking around, right? This is more investigative.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what you find.
So I'm going to use enhanced senses, hyper focused on details, and situational awareness.
Okay. And remember, if you have anything in your loadout that could be helpful, that works too.
Of course.
Okay, the action succeeds or benefits a PC, but there are still some consequences. So, you are now disoriented 1, as the smells in here are kind of overwhelming, especially that static decharge. It's very much messing with your circuitry of your body, as you're mostly cyborg. You can feel it kind of, your brain is intact, but you feel like your fingers are starting to twitch a little bit, doing stuff on their own like
the body feels heavier to sort of move.
Yes.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
So you are now a disoriented 1. If you have any, you can use tags if you want to kind of mitigate this, but that is what happens. Would you like to mitigate or?
Not at the minute, because it could be helpful. So whilst like she
Okay.
has that, she'll go back to Mara.
Yeah.
And like hold out her arms like sort of like this.
Okay, but you do find some stuff. So it's not only the mitigation. So you do find, yeah, you're able to find some files here.
Okay.
But they do look to be encrypted. It looks like you might need Mara's help. There is some, you see, internal reports, mission log details. You see the name, codenamed Echo 47. But you need a little bit more information. This is where Mara comes in. If you went to her, she can fully decrypt it. But yes.
Yeah. So she'll hold out like her arms, and then as she goes to Mara, and then she'll send the files that she found over to her. Take a look at these if you can, and whilst you're at it, see what's going on with me.
Yeah, you come first. So, let's take care of
Would you like to help her out?
Medtechie. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So you realize that it's not she's not physically here. It looks like it's something internal that's messing with like wires.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever tags you think would help her. You know she's mostly cyborg, so something to help out with her internal wiring.
So this is not something that the med kit would help with.
Probably not. She doesn't have like a broken limb or
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at go with nanite empathy. Help get the nanites to help me figure out what's going on. And excuse me. What do you think? Self-repair mechanism? I know it's self, but
I would say it's mostly for yourself. Yeah.
me? Okay.
Yeah. It is for yourself.
Okay, so then I think
But you can use anything that has to do with like your cyberspace stuff because you are going inside and working
the
with the
custom
technical stuff.
neural harness and the intrusion specialist.
um
No, not the intrusion.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
This will be tracked in power.
Tracked and power. Okay.
Yeah, so you're trying to help her out.
All right.
Perfect.
Ooh, nice.
There you go. So you're going to
So,
restore.
Restore. Oh, restore. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So you got 3 power. This will completely restore. We don't have to kind of like map it
Okay.
out fully. You got it. Success. You're able to reduce or completely remove the status from Trace. Trace, you feel back to
Cool.
100%.
Yay.
Trace makes a note, actually like physically like stored somewhere in her to tell Victoria about like Mara's quick thinking.
Okay.
And then you said you have some files. Okay, let's take a look at the files. Let's go with cryptographic skeleton key.
Oh, real quick. While
Yep.
you're looking at those files, we're going to cut back to Ghost.
Okay.
Ghost, there is something in this room, especially because you have a mythos connected to you. You feel that there is some type of source or mythos infused energy that has gone off in here, that has been disrupted or interrupted, and it's causing that disorientation here. Would you like to look further into it?
I would indeed. Can I sign where the source of this source is?
The source of this source.
Will this be a quick outcome, or do I do roll straight mythos?
I would say, it depends. Like, do you have tags that you think would help?
Probably a situation awareness.
Okay.
Maybe empty thoughts in case there's any like mental influence of the mythos trying to affect him.
Okay.
And mental spirit to see if any of them, my spirit will give me whispers or other insight from it.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, quick outcome.
Yes, we'll make it quick.
Let's do it. Eh,
Hey, that's not bad.
9. Another
Yeah.
9.
You got a 9. Actions as seeds or benefits the PC, but there are still some consequences. I will say you're looking more into this. You see that there's some computers there. You have a feeling that this is where a lot you're looking at the servers and different kind of tech. You see that certain security protocols were rewritten. They show deliberate sabotage by an unknown party. The name Korven comes up. Korven. And it's heavily encrypted. The user signature remains potentially an insider or an ex-EPIS operative. You see a fragment of corrupted text recovered from security logs. It says, "You should have stopped this when you had the chance. But now it's too late." I'll tell you another thing you notice. Security cam footage heavily corrupted. It shows only a looping frame of a shadow moving through the corridors. And as you're looking for like mythos related stuff, whoever is doing this has a very vengeful spirit.
Ooh.
Someone has been wronged deeply.
He was going to his comms and report to the rest of the team. It looks like the suspect that we're looking for is maybe a hacker named Korven.
Oh, so they did leave a signature after all.
Not a signature per se, but the name did come up.
I look at Ghost. And then look back. Look back down.
Trace will sort of like speak through to Ghost again. Have you seen any people around? Any security footage? What are we working with here?
The security footage seems to have been tampered with. It's decrypted and corrupted. The only thing it's showing is a looping image.
Huh.
So we're going to need Mara to decrypt and recover the files.
Mara, busy day for you. You got it?
Yeah, but we need to deal with that intrusion. They're gonna do a lot more damage if they stay in.
The mysterious status has now gone up to 2.
Okay, let's try something. I would like to open my senses to feel if there are any emotions. This is usually how Ghost can never pull his tricks on me, and see if there's somebody else here.
Ooh, okay, yes, that would be perfect. I'll have to do that.
Okay. So, that's only... Well, technically, I would like to use one with the shadows,
Perfect.
ether attunement, and I believe that's going to be it. Everything else is not necessarily... Okay.
Okay,
This is a quick one?
Yeah, well, let's make it quick. Let's see if anything comes up.
Okay.
Oh. Wow. Action
Yeah,
succeeds as intended. Even better, there are no consequences. The player may choose to take consequences for an even greater degree of success.
Let's go with the second one. Hit me.
You want to take consequences?
Yes.
Okay. You're looking so deep into this that you also here's the consequences. You're looking too deep into this. You are now disoriented too, as your mind is starting to get over flooded with mythos energy and information, but it's a little bit
Okay.
overwhelming.
Gotcha.
So you are disoriented too, But what you learn is that there is a heavy mythos energy that surges in this room. And there's a specific area in the back of the room where it gets stronger. And the feelings, similar to what Ghost felt, is revenge, deep-seated anger at a specific person at EPIS, someone close to you.
Okay. So, targeted anger and a vengeful, kind of vindictive aura about.
Exactly.
Okay.
Someone and someone was deeply hurt too.
Okay. And
Physically and emotionally.
whatever ail is afflicting Mara comes directly from this strong emotion that's being emanated at the moment.
This is just something that you felt in the room, though, because you were searching specifically. And
Yes.
I think you can notice that whoever is emanating this or giving this off is not too far away.
Okay. Well, I think I have the culprits of all your aches. Right this way. And as she jumps down from whatever box she was lazing on, you just like see her falter in her work, and I might need a minute though. He's not happy.
Yeah.
Is anybody following Alyra?
Yeah, Trace will.
Okay.
She'll like
more
she'll
than
throw in a
following, I need someone to lean on.
Alyra, hang on a second. Alyra,
Yeah.
would a med pack actually help with this? Medtech actions?
I'm pretty sure I'd be fine.
You sure?
Don't be a hero.
Nothing a med pack can help with. We're dealing with heavy metals here. Angry, vengeful.
Vengeful. That's I've gotten the same feeling as well.
May I mitigate, or since I chose it, I can't mitigate it?
I'll say you usually can mitigate it, but it would kind of ruin getting the extra stuff that you got.
I guess as much.
Yeah, so for right now, I'll say no, but usually you can, yeah.
Okay, I'll deal with it for a moment then.
Yeah.
Trace will like loop an arm underneath Alyra so that she has sort of something to lean on, and look back at Mara. You're going to be okay here whilst we go investigate this?
Yes, I'm going to look at for the incursion, if that's okay.
We'll leave you to what you do best. Ghost?
Stay close, though. I would highly suggest you stay close, at least within earshot. I don't want to be picked off one by one.
Mara, would you be more comfortable if I stay with you and watch your back?
Whatever you need to do. I'm already harnessing.
Looking over at Trace, kind of wait for her to give the word.
Ghost, you're with us. Mara, you know how to reach us, yes?
Will do.
First sign of trouble, you get in contact. Like I said, don't be a hero.
Always.
Perfect. And then she'll sort of like nod her head at Ghost to follow and sort of walk with Alyra. Let Alyra lead.
Of course, you notice that all of Mara's responses have been kind of half here, half not. Already in the net.
You notice that, Mara, the mysterious status is now at 3.
Figures.
So, this is going to be a tracked outcome. Oops. Mara, tracked outcome is a little bit more important.
Yeah.
You are decrypting the information that Trace gave you, looking a little bit more into the information that Ghost said. He noticed that the security protocols were deliberately sabotaged. So you're looking into a lot. So it's very important.
All right. So, we're gonna go with cryptographic skeleton key.
Okay.
This is for the data that Ghost gave me, he said. Okay, so custom neural harness, always.
Yep.
And
I mean, any of your cyberspace would work, and cutting edge.
I know that's. I'm trying to figure out. Should I go? I mean, I'm. Let's go with the find back doors, and I will
Oh,
also
perfect.
go with the corporate ID credentials from the loadout this time.
Okay. Also, I'll remind you guys, if you burn a tag, you get +3. But remember, then the tag will be burnt and it cannot be used until we restore it.
Yeah.
So if you really want this to work, you can burn a tag. It's kind of like you're pushing yourself.
Yeah. So this is a tracked extras or attack? Because it's not an attack.
We'll call it tracked extras.
Okay. All right. So I guess it's
Okay. So you
discover.
Yep. You use 4 power, and so that means
Discover 4?
You get 1 power per detail, so you get 4 details.
Cool.
That makes sense. So, what you learn, and you learn, you decrypting the files. Internal reports are starting to show that Unit 4 was assigned to a classified containment operation 5 years ago. The mission logs detail an attempt to secure a mythos-infused artifact, codename Echo 47. You start to hear there is audio logs as well. Recovered from the terminal containing fragments of distress calls. You hear the calls. We can't hold it. It's rewriting. It's alive. And then you hear an explosion and the audio cuts out. After catastrophic losses, Epic decommissioned the project and redacted nearly all references to it. And that's the 4 pieces of information that you get.
Okay.
Your mysterious status is now at 4.
Okay.
Question: when I open my senses to try and locate this individual or entity, did I get any fluctuations from Mara?
From Mara? No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. So I know for sure whatever is afflicting her isn't emotional or mythos related.
There's nothing afflicting Mara at the moment. But that mysterious status that you have, Mara, you feel. How do I explain this? It is mysterious. You don't know what it is, but you have a feeling that you need to work fast. And as the status keeps growing up and up and up, you feel like you're losing time.
Yeah.
So you can feel. You don't have to roll, but Alyra, you can clearly feel like she's almost not panicking, but there's some stress on her.
Frantic.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you guys all walk back to the back of the room, where that feeling that Alyra is getting, whatever's happening, it gets stronger towards the back.
Okay. I think it better to be ready for the worst. So
you see that
approach.
Yes, there is a container that you're getting close to, Alyra. You can feel like that headache, those ones that are like right behind your eyes. It's kind of piercing. It feels to get a little bit stronger as you get closer to a metal container. And to you, it looks like it's glowing. I don't think Trace can see this. I think Ghost can notice as well.
Careful, Alyra.
Indeed. Any labels on the container?
Container is completely empty, and it's locked as well.
So no labels, blank.
Yes, blank, like large. It's like the size of, not a suitcase. What's the things at the end of the bed? You open it up. It's like
okay.
A footlocker.
Like a trunk.
Yeah, it's like the size of a trunk. Yeah,
Okay.
large metal trunk-like structure. Heavy-duty lock on the front.
Okay. So
Could I-
whatever's in there is alive. In a sense.
Would I be able to use like my enhanced sensors to see through the metal and see what's inside?
You can try, but even to you, it looks very thick.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
But you can try. You could. I
Okay.
won't stop you from trying.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
I used enhanced sensors, hyper focused on details.
Maybe
And-
was it like moved around? Is it this original place?
Hard to tell for right here. That
If it's affecting people as you're going near it, could I use supreme mental fortitude to sort of
Yes.
like repel? Perfect.
Perfect.
Is that a quick roll?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I never roll like this.
You're on fire.
Oh my
That
god!
Woohoo!
Meg.
This is where you're like, actually, it doesn't count.
Yeah, it should be box.
Sheesh. Now, boxcar, automatic success, more than a success. I feel like a boxcar, you should just, you're just basically Superman vision. You can see inside of it.
Like you hear the whirring of like her eyes, sort of like focusing and then like coming out again, like a camera lens. You can sort of hear the sounds of it going on. What do I
So
see?
not only do you see what it is, you can kind of sense the last people to interact with it as well. The last people to touch
Perfect.
it. You kind of get those sensory details as well. You look inside and it looks like it's some type of mechanical heart. Like it looks like an anatomically correct heart. But it looks like it's metal and it has wires attached to it as well. And you can see kind of a glowing green color
Mhm.
that's pulsating from it. And it looks like it's alive. And you see that it's pulsating, but it's like very random and erratic. It does not look stable.
Okay.
And then, and then also the last person to touch it. You see,
Mhm.
you can't quite see who this person is, but you see a man who looks like half of his face was melted off. Cybernetic eye. You see parts of he has a metal plate on one side of his head.
Mhm.
And you can see last person to tamper with this.
Is there any sort of like, you know, like sort of like to see where he went after he touched it, or what he was doing like before? Like, did he literally just handle it and then leave, or was that what caused the explosion? Or
If you are willing to take consequences, you
I
can
am.
learn that
Oh,
information.
hey, let's
I
go.
am.
Oh,
Get the job
okay.
done no matter what.
Yes, there you go. Okay, so then you will also take disoriented 2. As you
Mhm.
get closer, it's starting to mess with your head mentally as well. You feel your eye starting to kind of twitch out, your kind of cybernetic eyes. Yes. So it's like you're getting too close. I think Ghost, you can start to see that her eyes are like spasming out. One is like your right eye starts to roll continually.
Mm-hmm.
You could
see.
Go ahead.
I was like seeing if it gets to be on standby in case Trace starts going haywire. Be ready to pull her out.
You see this man is very tall, large. You can see more of what he's wearing. Large, thick, brown, dirty trench coat, collars pulled up. He placed the case here, and you can see his body kind of phased through the walls. And you see that he is nearby. The mysterious tag has now reached 5. No.
So this was left behind. So this is an addition.
I mean, if Trace gives you that information, then you do know that, yeah.
I wouldn't say left behind, more so like planted.
Okay.
As you
He's
piece
close.
together the evidence, a sharp metallic screech fills the air. And especially Alyra, Trace, it really hurts just your brains, like the biggest migraine. It's too bright in here now. The facility starts to shake and tremble, and everything's starting to shake. Mara, you start to feel your devices are moving really fast. A security override engaging as a deep artificial voice crackles through the speakers in the room. Unauthorized presence detected. Countermeasures engaged. You see metal shutters slam down over the facility. It covers all the windows, the doors. From the darkness of the adjacent corridor, you see red lights. Sensors are flickering to life. A squad of security mechs. EPIS models. But their programming altered. Mara, Ghost, you can immediately tell they have been taken over. You see 6 of them, large, about 6 feet tall each, slam into the room. They lurch forward, weapons primed at all of you. Mara is the closest to them. And you can see them pointing their weapons at you, Mara, to take you out first. All 6 of them. And then, through the comms, a distorted voice echoes. You're finally paying attention. And that's where we're going to end the episode today.
No! I was like, chills.
Yes.
Thanks for playing, everybody!
Yay!
Episode
Woo! That was so fun.
We even got box cars, yo. We got box cars.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And that is episode 1.
Yay.